Well, good morning, folks. Welcome to this edition of Fishing Links. A lot later today. It's nearly 9 o'clock. Working the tides as you do in this system. So I'm back on my local again. Got a nice southerly wind assist and run-in tide, so it'll be effortless getting up there this morning. I've got some new lures on board to try today. I still got my BFS gear and my beloved sugar pens. I've got all that all freshly rigged and ready to go. But I've got a couple of new lures to try out today, and I'll show you a bit more about them just up here. So we're going to give them a go today and see if we can't find a mid-season flatty. It's not late in the season. There should be still a few sort of summer fish around. The big girls have probably moved on. But if I can get something around 45, 50, if I can get a couple of those for a meal and a couple of nice whiting, that'll do me for the day. All right then, let's have at it.
And so, that was the game plan for the day. Start with strong intent and fish positively. Plan the work the plan, as one of my mentors once told me. Unfortunately, good intent and effort aren't always rewarded, and you have to seek the silver lining in other places. Today would test my confidence and my patience, but in the end, some small rewards would present themselves.
Okay, so as I thought, the top water's it's not time for top water. I'll wait till the tide starts dropping. What I have got though is a few of these Fishcraft Dr. Slides. This is the 5-inch. I've got a couple. I've got a white one and a black one. They do come rigged with a split ring on the nose. Not a fan of split rings tying to them. So I've taken that off and just tied a loop knot. I'm not sure that will show up. But that's how it's attached. So they say it gets down to around about a metre. If we have a look around the edges here where there's some sandy mud patches where the weed stops and the mangroves start, I reckon it's a good chance of a flatty. So let's give it a crack on the Fishcraft Dr. Slide. So this is a floating lure, and as you can see, if you let it stop, it'll suspend a little, but it slowly comes up to the top. It's got a beaut little action. If there's a flatty in there, that'll work. I think over the shallow weed beds up in the Barra dams, it might be good as well. While we're talking to Barra dams, Easy and I are going for a trip in a little bit. We're going to head up to Awonga, maybe Mondrian, and have a bit of a crack at a barra. Have never caught a barra, so if you've got some tips, man, or some links, if you can pop them in down below, be very, very grateful. Simon even gave us a little report just a couple of days ago. He got a nice little barra out of one of the local creeks, just a fish of around about 500. Out of the yaks, that's absolutely perfect. I'm not interested in 1 meteries and things like that out of these little boats. Maybe if I get more proficient, I will. We'll find out. But for now, I'm just going to tag along doing this on the edges, wait for that tide to turn to run out, and then fish my way back home. I haven't gone all the way up today. I've only about halfway, and the tide's still pushing in. They said about 9 o'clock for high tide. I don't know, I think it's about 10:30 now, so they're generally about 2 hours behind.
And that's how it went for the next hour or so. Despite meticulously working the edges of the weeds and mangroves, I didn't see or spook a single fish. It was time to change things up.
Oh, yep, got one. Oh, right near the boat. Oh, got to be a whitey. He's playing up. Yeah, just a little fella. Nice. There we go. He's not too bad. Oh yeah. Ah, pulled out. That's the first fish I've dropped in ages. Okay, so I've just changed my sugar pan. That's the 90. That's what I have been using, and that's the 70. You can see it's a lot smaller profile. So I'm kind of hoping they'll come at it a little more. Those sort of fluoro stripes on the back will hopefully stand out a little more as well, give it contrast. And hopefully the fish will find it a little bit easier. There's only one way to find out. It's to have a go. So I'm sitting in behind on this weed bank here, and then casting, using the breeze to cast out. I think the whiting might be holding just forward of those weed beds, and then coming up and attacking the lure as it comes downstream into their face. That's the theory. It's not working so well today. We only got the one fish and dropped fish. A bit of a half-hearted strike when I first got here. Could well be that the feed window hasn't switched on yet. They seem to be like that. I'll switch it on for like 20 minutes and then shut down. The trick, of course, is to be here and fishing when they decide to eat. So I've got one. He's going pretty hard. Oh yeah, he's a good fish. He's a good one, this one. All I've got to do is get him in now. There we go. There we go. Oh yeah, he's a beauty. I think he might be coming home. Again, the hooks are right in the mouth, where you want them. And they're in good. Tell you what, today's been a bit of a fuck around all around, fuck all around. So there he is. He's a nice little fish. I'm not going to throw him back because I've been squeezing him too hard, but he's coming home for a feed. Your beauty. Let's get the board out and have a wee measure. Yeah, he's 38 to the tail end. So that's good.
And so that was it for the day. As I made my way back towards the ramp, I started to consider all the conditions that may have contributed to what had been a pretty average day on the water. The wind, the tide, the moon phases, my choice of lures, or even how I'd fished them. All of these are considerations anglers make after a difficult day. Ruminating over missed opportunities often leads us to constructive discussion with our fellow anglers when we catch up to talk about the day's successes or otherwise. And while tomorrow is never promised, the opportunity to plan and prepare for the next adventure is always there. I know I'm already rethinking rigging options for those floating Dr. Slide lures and considering other locations where they may prove to be more productive. Until the time comes to be able to try my hand, until another chance presents itself, I'll remain grateful for the small rewards that come my way.